exciting moment for me to get to talk to people, both the aspirants and intending data engineers. Like, if you want to see the fun part of me, let's talk about data engineering. And there you know that I can actually talk. So yeah, it's always a pleasure getting to talk about data engineering and also getting to do some little sharing of knowledge on data engineering. So once again, you all are welcome. And I promise you that after this meeting, if you were having 5% conviction before now, you're going to be having a mega 90 to 100% conviction to join Amdari. Okay, so the topic that we are going to be talking on today is what it takes to be a data engineer in 2025. Okay, so before I move on, how many of us have done anything on data engineering before? If you have, I want a 1. If you've not, a no. I mean a 0. I think that would be fine. Please go ahead and react. I mean, go ahead and put in the writing. Okay. Shay said yes. Fakunle, no. Okay. Okay. Amarachi, no. Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay. So I believe that after today, after this meeting, you have every conviction in you to go and enroll as a data engineer, to just start something on data engineering. Okay. All right. I have quite a number of no's and just a few number of yes. All right. Okay, Tuko, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry, data engineering, is it the same as like data analysis, or it's quite different?
It's different. They are different.
Okay.
Beautiful question. They are different, yes. But it's just that most times people that are not into IT do not know the differences. They kind of try to collab all of them.
All
Right?
right,
They kind
thank
of
you.
put them together. Yes. So after this meeting today, though I am going to be focusing more on data engineering, but I'll try to like touch a little bit on other data tracks so that you know their differences. And yeah, I'll just try as much as I can to do a little bit of that as well. Okay. All right. So by the end of our program today, you'll see reasons with me why you need to join me in this data engineering field, because it's an interesting one. Okay, especially in this dispensation that we are into now, this era that we are in now. Data engineering is one of the top most needed skills or professions that you can get out there. Okay, so who is this person that is talking to you? All right, so my name is Chinyere Mwibe, and I go by the name Chichi. Most times you get to hear Chichi. All right, so yes, I am a data engineering specialist at Amdari. I have over 5 years of working experience in the data field. I actually started as a data analyst. Okay, I started as a data analyst, but out of curiosity and wanting to know more and wanting to do a little bit of deep diving into data, that was how I found myself in data engineering. And ever since then, it has been an interesting journey where I get to explore tools that are used in data engineering. Tools like the Apache Flow, Apache Spark, the Apache Kafka for data streaming, and then work also because nowadays most data engineering job has to do with the cloud. So I also know how to use the cloud services like the Azure. I've worked with the Azure, GCP, and AWS as well. And to mention but a few. So basically, that's just me in a nutshell. And I am currently working as a data engineering specialist at Ongoing. Okay. So moving forward, what are we going to be discussing today? What we are going to be discussing today includes just a moment. Just a moment, please. While I wait for my system to come up, because I don't know what is happening. See, it has actually moved further down. Okay, so what we are going to be discussing today is we are going to be talking about data engineering. Like I said earlier on, we are going to be talking about data engineering. We are going to be learning quite a lot about data engineering. Okay, I think I'm going to use, instead of the slide, I'm just going to use this one here. So first, we are going to be learning about who a data engineer is. Okay, we are going to be learning about who a data engineer is, and also we are going to be learning what you can do, or what are the things that you need to do that will make you exceptional from every other data engineer out there. Okay. Did anybody raise their hand? Okay. Abud Salam, do you have something to say?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Oh, okay. Okay. I actually thought you raised your hand. Okay. Currently, I don't know why my system is hanging, but should not stop my flow, please. Okay, so the things that we are going to be learning today, like I said earlier on, includes who a data engineer is and what are the things that you need to do to make yourself exceptional, to create the difference between yourself and every other person out there. Okay, so what it takes to be a data engineer, we're going to be working on that, and your pathway to securing a job as a most wanted data engineer in 2025. Okay, so the next question now is who is the data engineer? When we started, who was that that asked the question? Was it Abu Salam, right? Were you the one that asked the question concerning who a data engineer is and who a data analyst is?
Yeah, I was.
All right, good. So, and I promised to give a little bit of definition on who a data engineer is, and just a brief talk on a data analyst and a data scientist. Okay, I think that way you get to understand this data engineer better. All right, so I'm going to start from the data analyst. Okay, the work of a data analyst is to analyze data. Okay, they get the business idea from analyze the data, to describe the data, okay, to tell more about the data that was gotten. All right, that is the work of a data analyst. And then they will now, from there, they can now use it to tell a story, tell people this is what is happening. I mean, tell the stakeholders now, this is what is happening in the company. We need to do this so that we will increase our sales. Okay, that is the work of a data analyst. They analyze the data. Mostly they do a descriptive analytics. All right, they analyze the data. Now, a data scientist, they do a bit deeper part of that analysis. Okay, they do a deeper part of it, which includes not just analyzing this data, but they go ahead to predict. Okay, now this is what the analyst said we should do. However, if we continue like this is what is going to happen in the nearest future. So what are we going to do so that we can be able to save the situation before it gets to that very time? I don't know if I'm communicating, guys. Please respond. Does that, am I making sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
Yes, that making sense.
All right, thank you very much. So now that is the work of a data analyst. Data scientist. The data scientist will say, okay, the data analyst, we showed that we are making sales. And let me use the example of a sales. We are making sales during the hot weather. Okay, maybe probably we sell more of singlets, sleeveless, and stuff like that. I'm just giving an instance. And based on the analysis that the data analysts did, this is what they found out. That is describing the situation. Now, a data scientist will now take it a deeper, a further talk, or to like say, fine. However, during the cold weather, we need to reduce our hand in producing producing sleeveless wears, because we'll end up having it more in our inventory. That is the work of a data scientist. Now, this data scientist is now predicting, okay, if you continue like this is what is going to happen. And also the data scientist will also predict that this is the time that there used to be a higher sale. What should we do so that we continue in the business? Okay, so, and this is the data scientist will go ahead to do what? To predict using the data that was gotten. Okay, you can see now they did a further breakdown of that data. They used it further. All right, that is for the data scientists. Now, the data engineers are the ones that brings the data wherever the source are, wherever the sources are, okay, wherever the sources are, they bring it together to do some transformation. They now send it down to wherever the scientists and the analysts are going to connect to, and as well as the stakeholders are going to connect to use the data. Does my explanation make sense now? Salam, is it clear?
Yeah, I understand now.
Awesome. So that is it. So now let's come back to where our topic for today, what we are treating today. So today we are saying that who is this data engineer? Who is this guy? What does a data engineer do? Okay, and why are they the buzzword today in the market? Why do we even need them? What is their work? What are they coming to do in a company? Because sometimes you see people arguing. Some CEOs will tell you that they do not need a data engineer, which is false. All right, because they think that a data analyst can do the job of a data engineer, which is wrong. At the end, you end up having data that are not what it should be. Excuse me. They are not what it should be. So today, we are going to be exposing what a data engineer is and why they are in high demand. Okay. So I am going to be using this illustration of who a data engineer is. I'm going to be using a building. Okay. Apparently, I do not know what is going on with my system, but it's just hang it. Okay, so I'm going to use this diagram, which is we are still going to share this slide with you guys. So awesome, my diagram is out. So now this building here, or this house here, I believe you can see it, right? Can you see the house? Can you see the building?
Yes.
All right. I wanted to put it in slideshow, but apologies for that. I don't know if I should try that. It might start hanging again and that would distract us. So I'm just going to manage this. Okay. So this is the building, all right? And this building is like a company. Okay? It's like a company. And this company have different places where they are getting data from, which is this borehole, the water source. Okay, now in data engineering, we call it data source. All right, we call it the source. So this borehole now is our source. Okay, and every usefulness of every borehole dog is to supply water to the house, correct? Is that correct? I believe we don't just dig a borehole for fun, right? Yeah. So the end use of it is that it should supply water to the house. Now, this is the borehole. This is the building. Nothing was in there before. I wish my slide is actually showing so that you get to see how this whole thing connects to each other. Okay, I mean connects with each other. So in this building, we have different rooms. And these different rooms, remember we are saying that this building is representing a company. Now, in a company, we have different departments or faculties. We have the finance department, we have the HR department, we have the admin, we have the SCM, we have the operations. We have all these departments. All right, we have all these departments inside a company. Now, each of these departments needs a data to function very well. Okay, so, and I said that this borehole is our source, is where the data are coming from, where all the data that the company is going to be using, where they are coming from. That is the source. You as a data engineer, you will not come into this very company to orchestrate or to build. Most times in data engineering, we use the word to build a data pipeline. Basically, it's just this pipeline that you're seeing here. So we'll build a pipeline, getting data from the source to the house now, which is getting water from the borehole to the house, to the building. So we are getting this data from the source. And you know that now here's another thing, right? The work of this pipeline is to clean the data, clean the water, right? You kind of filter the water, do some stuff on it before it gets to this house. Because if we leave it like that, if there is nothing done to it, the water that will be coming into this building will be a dirty water, correct?
Yes.
So you now as a data engineer or the plumber now comes in, puts in some filter, try to clean it up, try to do some stuff in the pipeline so that the final water that the building is going to be getting will be a clean water. The final data that any of these departments here is going to be using will be a clean data. Okay, this is where the analysts, the data engineers, the machine language, the stakeholders are going to be connecting to. They are not connecting to this source, because if they connect to this source, what they are going to be getting is a bad water. All right, what they are going to be getting is going to be an ambiguous data that they cannot make head of. Imagine someone connecting and getting a JSON file, or getting a data that is not structured. You see that it's going to be a headache for them. That is where you as a data engineer comes in. Okay, you come in to rescue the situation. You come in, you build your data pipeline, a robust data pipeline. I think when I was doing my introduction, I said something about building data pipelines. All right, so you build a robust data pipeline that is business oriented. Okay, you build a data pipeline. Now, as you are receiving this water from here, you are not taking in both the debris. Some stuffs are being left behind, right? That is what a data engineer comes in to do. Maybe just to pick up some columns that are needed, some data that are needed, and now send it to the company, to the company. Now we call that serving. Okay, in the data engineering terminology, it is called serving. This is the source. All right, this is the serving. Now it can go through an ETL process or an ELT process. ETL is extract, T is transform, and L is load. You load it to the serving. Now this serving is where it could be a data warehouse, it could be a database, it could be a data lake, anywhere could be your serving stage. All right. So that is the work of a data engineer. You come, you bring in that data from wherever it is coming from, no matter how dirty it is, you make it usable at the end. And like I said earlier on, I said the work of every every borehole is to supply water to the house. If no water is coming into this house, then this borehole is of no use, right? It's of no use. Now, if this data comes here and they don't get to this building, then it is of no use. And if you, as a data engineer, you come, you did your pipeline, but it broke along the way, it is still not getting to the house. It is still of no use. So you would say that your job is completed, or you say that your job is fulfilled now when you are able to get your data from the source, go through the pipeline process, and load it to the serving. Every person can get the data from there. The data analyst can connect to this very data source. To this very storage. The analysts, the engineers, the scientists, the stakeholders, they can connect and get good data. Okay, so that is the work, that is who a data engineer is and what they do in a company. All right. So quickly, I am going to be using a real life scenario project that our interns did, though we are still going to deep dive into it. You get to see more works that they did. Okay. So this is about Apex Solution Company. All right. They are into fintech. Okay. They are into fintech, and they needed to get data. They were using on-prem data solution previously. Now we have on-prem and we have cloud. When you say on-prem, it's just like, something that is on premise. All right. Their data storage, their stuff is just something you can see. It's not in the cloud. Okay. Now what they want to do is to move their data from on-prem to the cloud. And who is going to do this movement is a data engineer that will do this movement. All right. So we say that Apex Solution is a global leader in financial tech. I've already explained that without taking much of our time. Let's move on to the next part so that you get to see the problems that they were having, the problems that the company were having, what they were facing, the challenges that they were facing, and what needed to be done so that they will scale through, so that they will get data at the right time. Now, one of the problems that they were having were, it included, it includes scalability constraints. Okay. It also high maintenance costs, because to maintain on-prem is not easy. Like, it's pricey. It's a bit expensive. Like, it's a bit costly. So they need to safeguard that. They need to solve that issue. And another thing is that they have data silos. Disparate system prevented seamless data integration. Now they are having data, or they are getting data from different sources. Okay, their data is coming from different sources, and because of these different locations of their data, it is not easy to have a seamless integration of this data. Okay, it's not easy, and that is why they are having the challenges that they are having. And one of the challenges that they are not able to respond to situations immediately. Okay, we can talk about the high volatility of cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So they don't capture it on time, which is affecting business. all right, which is affecting business. And let's move on. Okay, so they cannot respond to situations quickly because of the different data silos that they're having, and also the cost expensive, expensiveness of the maintenance of that on-prem data solution. Okay, so for that, sorry, I wanted to quickly show us the diagram of what the data solution that they were using before. Can my system respond, please? I don't know what's going on with my system today. Today of all days, I am getting to talk to, awesome and wonderful set of persons. I don't know, but it's all good. Okay, so this is what their on-prem data architecture looks like. Okay, let me try to zoom that out. Okay, so this is what they had before. Like I said earlier on, they have an on-prem, or call it on-prem or on-premises data pipeline architecture. Okay, so this is where their data is coming from. This is their data source, right? This is their data source. They have the Zoho CRM, they have the CSV file coming in, and the flat files coming in as well, and the POS and every other thing. This is where they are coming from. And they get saved inside this database. Okay. From there, the data analysts connect to this very database. They connect to this very database. However, it becomes very, very frustrating. It becomes very, very frustrating along the line because of the cumbersomeness of the data. The data starts increasing. The data starts getting larger, and it is no longer something that a data analyst can handle easily. Okay, that is one of the reasons why they need to migrate to the cloud. Okay, so I believe this on-prem data pipeline structure was understood. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Hello, are we still here? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to reduce this back. Just a moment. I want to reduce it back so that you see the picture at a glance. Okay. All right. So, like I said, this is what is happening in the market. However, they cannot easily get access to this because of where their data is located, where their data is coming from, right? So it's not something that they can handle easily. Okay, the company is struggling to gain actionable insights from their transaction data due to limited reporting views. And this hinders their ability to make informed decisions about customers' behavior, financial trends, and risk management. Okay, so that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. And because they noticed the problem, they discovered their problem. Now, the next thing is to find a solution to that very problem. Okay, next thing is to find a solution to that very problem. So now I am going to be taking us through to, because I don't want to dwell longer on this, but like I said, I wish my slide is showing well. but it's all good. We'll try to salvage the situation. All right. So now, a data engineer has been called in to rescue the situation. Okay. You as a data consultant, you are now being employed to come in and salvage the situation. Like I said, the data is coming from different places. We have the CRS, we have the Postgres, where the data are coming from. You as a data engineer, you now sit down and think of, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to put this data together so that the business at the end will rejoice? Okay. Remember, you're not building pipeline to suit yourself, but rather to suit the company. Okay. Well, as a data engineer, it is always important to take note of the business perspective, where the business is coming from. Okay. So the data engineer now use Python. Okay. How many of us are familiar with Python? So that you don't get scared when I mean by the mention of Python. Hello?
Just as you explained. Yeah, we are following you. Yeah.
Yes. Now I'm asking the programming language that you're familiar with. Do we know Python? All right, all right. So yeah,
Python.
Python is one of the programming languages that we use as a data engineer, and same with SQL and yeah, SQL, Python, and now the tools. Okay. So moving forward, you as data engineer, you're now coming to salvage the situation, to solve the problem for them. Okay. You use your Python coding to get the data from wherever they are coming from. Okay. And take it to a data lake. All right, which is the Google Cloud Storage. Okay. We have data lake, we have data warehouse, we have database. Now, data lake accepts data in their raw form. Okay. That's what whenever you hear the word data lake, just know that it's talking about taking data in their raw form. Like it's a storage that takes in data in their raw form. Okay. Be it pictures, be it structured, be it unstructured, be it semi-structured, they accept data the way they are. Okay. That's it. So you use your Python to write a code that will extract data from this, that will get data from these very places. Okay, and load it into your Google Cloud Storage. Next was to do transformation again along the line using Python or SQL or any one that you want to use to do your transformation and then load it to BigQuery. Okay, but in our own case, what we used was Python. We used Python to transform the data and then load it into BigQuery. Okay, then we connected dbt. dbt is a transformation tool. Okay, we connected dbt to this BigQuery so that we can use it to now run further transformation. Maybe you want to extract, you want to read, you want to do some create tables and all that. You don't want to do it inside your BigQuery console. Okay, with the use of dbt, you can run it outside your BigQuery. I mean, you can create your syntax, your syntax outside your BigQuery. Okay, so dbt is basically an SQL environment program. Okay, so now based on this project that we did that I'm trying to explain, we used dbt to do our transformation. Okay, we used dbt to do our transformation. After that, after the transformation, we sent it back to BigQuery. Now we use dbt to create tables, we use it to do some aggregations and filtering and all that. Okay, also taking note of performance tuning. Okay, by the time you come into the field, you understand better what performance tuning is all about, how to use your partition, how to use your indexing, and every other thing that you need to be a better data engineer. Okay, so we got to use all this mechanism and tools to do this project. And at the end, the data was saved or loaded into a cloud storage, which is this BigQuery. And from there now, and one beautiful thing about BigQuery is that it scales up. all right? Not just only BigQuery. Talk about any data warehouse, all right? Any cloud data warehouse. They always scale, okay? It scales up. So it can accept any number of data that is coming in, okay? It can accept any number of data that is coming in, or it's just you paying for it, okay? But the cloud providers are there to help you to do the background work and everything, okay? So after our data engineers are done with, we're done with this very project, they were able to provide the data, a clean data that has business solution oriented on it, okay, in the cloud, where our data analysts connected to, and also data scientists and every other person, even the stakeholders connected to see what their data looks like. They were getting stuff on a real-time process, okay? Whatever that is happening in the market, they get to see it on time, okay? So you can see these are the problems now that you as a data engineer, you are coming in to solve, all right? Any question, guys? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good?
Carry on, yeah.
All right. Now, we used Airflow for the orchestration. This same thing is same thing as the other diagram I was showing you. We used Airflow as our orchestration tools. Okay, we used Airflow as our what? Our orchestration tools. Now, as a data engineer, you'll be coming in to learn how to use all these tools. Okay, because in every job out there, you get to see them asking for people that know how to use Airflow or an orchestration tool. And in these orchestration tools, we have the merge, we have the prefect, we have the Darkstar, and we have the father of them all, Airflow. Okay, so this Airflow, like I said, is an orchestration tools. And can somebody give it a try? What is an orchestration? Like, what's the work of an orchestration before we now talk about the tools? Briefly, please. When you hear the word orchestration, what comes to your mind? Please go ahead. It doesn't matter, whatever your answer is. I mean, like, it's just like the normal English word. Yes, guys, I'm waiting. Are we shy? Give an instruction on how you want data to flow. Demonstrate the finding in the data source. Okay, very good trial. Thank you very much for that contribution. Is someone saying something?
I think orchestration means like coordinating and managing multiple data tasks in the right order and the right time. So that's what I think.
Very correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. So, like the word orchestration is just managing the data pipeline. It's just managing the data flow. Okay. That's the work of Airflow. Just as the word says, Airflow. It helps you to manage the flow of your data. Okay. Starting from the source to wherever you want it to go to. All you just have to do is to write some code using your Python. All right. To create your DAG files, give it instructions on how to move your data. Okay, so that is the work of Airflow. Now we also get to use they also got to use Terraform, which is used for provisioning of cloud services. As a data engineer, you are expected to know how to provision services. Okay, we don't just go to the console and the GU to create, maybe for example, for those of us that are familiar with Google Cloud, okay, or no, let me use AWS, like your S3 buckets, okay, you don't necessarily have to log into your AWS, go to your bucket and start creating buckets, okay. You can just do that from your IDE, that's your working environment, your Python coding environment, okay. It could be your VS Code or your Jupyter Notebook. You just be there and type in your code, and it will go ahead and create your services in the cloud. Okay, so that's the work of Terraform briefly. Like that's just it. And then you now have the Looker that we used for displaying. It's just like a visualization board. All right. So that is it for that very project that we did. Okay. So with this now, I believe you now understood the work of a data engineer based on the based on the illustrations that I've given so far. I believe you now understand what a data engineer does, correct?
Yes.
Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so based on what I just explained, you can see the work of a data engineer. Based on this scenario that I just gave now, you can see that the best person for this situation is a data engineer. Okay, is a data engineer, and the data engineer comes in to safeguard the situation. Can you see the way the data engineer is coming in? Right, he's flying in, like he's feeling like is it Bruce Lee now? The Superman. Okay, so the data engineer comes in and safeguard the situation or solve the problem, and the business get to strive on what the data engineer was able to design. Okay, so you can say that the data engineers are specialists who design, build, and manages infrastructure and system necessary to collect data, to store the data, to process the data, and also to analyze the data. Now, when I say analyze, I'm not talking about deep analysis. Okay, we are not overshadowing the data analysts. The data analysts are still there. Okay, so they come in, they structure the data, they build the pipeline, and every other situation. And every other thing that they need to do for the business. Okay. So just a moment. Okay. Just a moment, please. All right. So we can see from what I just explained what a data engineer is. I think I need to Toby. Hello, Toby, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Chichi.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can share my slide with you so that you display it from your end, because I really don't understand what's going on with my PC this night, like tonight of all nights. Yeah. Just a moment, please. Please, guys, bear with me. I just want to, please bear with me just a moment so that I okay. So I just sent it to you. Please go ahead and share this.
Okay, just a moment.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so we can see how frustrating it was before a data engineer was was employed in that very company. Okay, you can see how frustrating it was. You can see they were getting a lot of error data coming in. Okay, they were getting a whole lot of error data coming in, and it becomes frustrating. Okay, before the data engineer now comes in and handle the situation. Okay, so just know that you coming in as a data engineer, you are the superhero. Don't believe otherwise. Just believe that you are the superhero coming to save situations. All right, coming to help the business strive. Like I said earlier on, it's not just about you, but about the company's benefits. Okay, it's about what the company needs. So please, if you are ready, let me know so that I will stop sharing. So the next thing we are going to be talking about is what are the things that you need to know? What are the technical skills that you need to have before you can do well in this very data engineering path? I believe you heard me made mention of some tools, right? Where I talked about Python, you have to know your Python. Like, guys, it's very, very important. You know your Python, you also know your SQL, you also know how to use your GitHub for provisioning. How many of us have used GitHub before? Hello? Are we still here?
We are with you.
All right. So, okay. So he said he has used GitHub before. Okay. So just wanted to know how many of you have used or heard about GitHub before. Okay, so as a data engineer, you are going to be using GitHub. Okay, all right. Zion said he hasn't. That's fine. You're going to be using GitHub. And what do you use GitHub for? It is used for version controlling and collaboration. And basically, it's in the cloud, like you already know. GitHub is in the cloud. You get to create your own account, your GitHub account. You get to save your code that you typed in the, either in the cloud or in your system. Okay, you get to save it there. Now GitHub takes care of everything that is happening. It helps you to take note of things that are happening. Maybe you change a code or you did some transformation. GitHub will write it down. That Chichi accessed her GitHub so and so time, and she added so and so into the GitHub folder or GitHub repo. Okay, so that is it for GitHub. You also get to learn how to use your Postgres, your Postgres, which is your database management system. Okay, not just only Postgres, MySQL and every other thing. All right, that is your database management system. We call it DBMS. Okay. So let me stop sharing my screen. All right, thank you. Please go on. All right, continue, please. We are at the career path and skills and career path. Please continue. Continue. Keep moving. Can you click on it? Nothing is showing. Okay, keep going. Keep on moving till you get to the skills part. Keep on going. Please keep going. I think I've explained this part. All right, thank you. This is where we are. All right, so they can never stop our shine, right? They can never stop our shine. Okay, so as I was saying, I was talking about the skills that you need to know as a data engineer. All right, you need to know how to use your programming language, which includes the Python and also SQL. All right, and then how to use your database management system. You also need to learn cloud services like your AWS, the Azure, the GitHub, and mention them. Those are our cloud services. Okay.
Google.
Above all, you also need to know how to use your big data. Okay, I mean your big data tools, which is the PySpark. All right, which is the Spark or PySpark, but basically Spark. Now let's start with Spark. Now, the Python associate of the Spark makes it or change the name to PySpark, because inside Spark we have the SQL, we have the Java, we have the Scala, we have the R and all that, and we also have the Python. But in most cases, it's usually PySpark that you get to use, which is Python in Spark environments. Okay, so you have to learn how to use them, how to do your big data transformation, and some of the things that you will be called out there, or some of the job title that you're going to see out there includes data engineer, which is popular, data engineer, or AWS cloud engineer, or analytics engineer. So analytics engineer and data engineer, they are the same, all right? However, the little difference between them is that the analytics engineer has the analysis parts of them, like they get to analyze data also, which is what we do here at Amdari. Okay, all the projects that my guys has worked on, I always tell them that you go run analysis on that data, because by the time you do an analysis on it, it tells us if what you did, if the data you got actually makes sense to you or not. Okay, so that is it for that part. All right, you can also be called an ETL developer. Okay, and if you remember when I was explaining who a data engineer is, I made mention of ETL or ELT. Okay, so you can also see ETL developer. All right, you can also see a big data engineer. Okay, BI engineer or BI developer, data platform engineer. All right, all the things are data engineers. Azure cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, data migration specialist. Okay, so while I go on with my talk, please go ahead and fill the form that is being shared in the chat. All right, go ahead and fill the form in case if you need, but I believe you'll need it. All right, you need the slide, because if you do not fill the form, there is no way we can get access to you. So we need you to fill the form so that we can be able to share our slide with you. All right, thank you very much, guys. Next, please. All right, now another thing as a data engineer is that you need to have essential soft skills and business acumen. Okay, now like I said earlier on, I said you are not coming to draw pipelines that suit you, or things you feel like, okay, Chichi feels like, let me just add this one, right? Whereas the business doesn't need it. That makes me a bad data engineer. So I am coming to solve a business problem, not to add to the problem of the business. Okay, so we are coming to solve the business problem. So those are the soft skills that you need to have when you are coming in as a data engineer. Okay, you need to have business acumen. How or what will I do, or how am I going to orchestrate this pipeline so that it will solve the business problem? And this essential soft skill that you need to acquire includes communication, collaboration, because you get to communicate with people. all right? You get to talk with the stakeholders. You also get to talk with other data teams, all right? So you need to know how to communicate. Another thing is problem solving and system thinking, okay? You need to know how to break down complex situations or complex problem. In data engineering, we don't look at the magnitude of the problem, but rather we look at the step-by-step way to resolve the problem. Like I always tell my interns, you need to make friends with the red lines, okay? Because as a data engineer, you'll be debugging. Like there is a lot of debugs that you got to do, okay? So you have to make friends with the red lines because they will always come up. And if you're the type that gets scared of red lines, you see, those are the things that can actually stop you or draw you back. But if you want to do well as a data engineer, you need to know how to make friend with the red line and also have a problem solving skills, okay? And business understanding, like I said, you must have a business acumen. Next, please. Okay, click on it. All right. So now the next question is, I believe even without me reading out what I have here, based on what I just said now, based on all the things that I've been talking about, I need somebody to tell me, why do you think data engineers are being paid more than every other, I mean, some other, if not most of the tech roles? Yes? Can somebody try? Based on all the explanations that I've given, based on why you need a data engineer and everything. Can somebody try?
Other role depends on them.
Excellent. Excellent. Like if a data engineer, like I always say, if a data engineer should cook beans from the beginning, it's going to be a horror at the end. So they pay you high so that you know that this, like the making or the mind of the business depends on you. All right. So it's important to understand that. That is one of the reasons why they are being paid higher. Okay. Okay, Zion.
Hi, I think they get paid higher because like they need to know skills like programming with like Python, they need to know SQL and like ETL tools as well. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yes, absolutely. On point. Very, very correct. Okay. And no shading to the data analyst, so no shading to them, all right? No shading intended. Okay. No shading at all intended. But you get to see that data engineers use more tools than every other data track or data team. Okay. They use more, and their tools are a bit like, I would say every market day, there is always a new tool. There are not even is, because it's not like it's one that comes out. There are new tools out there. However, if you specialize or if you know how to navigate one, it is easier for you to be able to work with others. Okay. So just like rightly as Zion put it, Zion said, there are tools, there are complex tools out there that you as a data engineer get to use. And you know now you have to do the coding, and programming is not a baby stuff thing. You have to know how to do your coding. All right. So you need to specialize, you need specialized skills on Python and SQL. And also, because of, I just think so, because of its technicalities and I don't know, the way people see it, data engineers are not that much in the market. They are not that much in the market, right? We also get to see one of the reasons why they are not much in the market. Also the critical business impact, like I said earlier on, because you know that the business solely lies on you as a data engineer. If you give them the wrong data at the end, it's going to affect the business, right? So you see that these are one of the reasons why you hardly see junior data engineer roles. It's very, very rare. Not like you cannot see it, but it's not as high, or it's not as much as you get to see in data analytics or data science. For the data engineering, it's either middle or senior. Now, if you are going to be seeing anything lower than that, you're going to be seeing interns. Okay, you don't see junior. Reason is because it's a lot. I mean, a whole business cannot give something to someone that is an amateur, someone that is not into the business already. Okay, someone that is not using the tools already to see the impact already. Okay, so you see that they don't mind paying high as long as they can get somebody that can work and give them what they need. Okay, so responsibilities for data integrity and security. Now, the work of a data engineer is to ensure that the data that is coming in is well safeguarded. Okay, there is no exposure of data that are not supposed to be exposed. Okay, you are the one taking care of integrity, ensuring that the data governance is properly done, ensuring that the data is coming from where it's supposed to come, ensuring that the right data is also coming in, and also ensuring that the right persons are getting access to the right data. Okay, so the next one is the complexity of the data, of the task. All the things I've tried to say and all the things I've been saying all this while is just to let you understand the importance and the gravity or the magnitude of a data engineer. Okay, so with all this, you can see the reason why they are highly paid in the market. How is it possible to transition from a data analyst to becoming a data engineer? Fantastic. Like I said earlier on, I started as a data analyst. Okay, I started as a data analyst. I did my data analyst for some couple of years before I transitioned into data engineering. And since you already have the data idea, it is easier for you to see your way around it than someone that is coming in fresh. Not like someone that is coming in fresh will not stand. Of course you can, of course, definitely. It's just the difference now is that you as a data analyst kind of tend to capture it quickly than someone that is coming from a non-tech background. But non-tech backgrounds are always welcome to join the data engineering field. All right, please, next. All right, click again. So the next one is the places where you can see this job. All right, top side to get your remote job as a data engineer. Please, can you click on that reach.co.uk quickly? So you can see data engineering job from Glassdoor, from Built-in, from Upwork, from Indeed, from remote.co, from Grow Remotely, from Wellfound. You can see your data engineer jobs there. Okay, and you also get to see their payment. You see that their pay is higher than some, if not most, of the data tracks. Data tracks. Okay. Did you open it, please? Going to MSc Business Analyst in UK September, and I want to check which would. All right, I'm going to come back to that question, please. You can actually unmute and ask your question once we are done here. You can reject all. Probably you don't need it, so you can go ahead and reject all or accept all. Anyone? Okay. All right. So I want you to search. Let's go ahead and search for data engineer so that they will get to see the job on data engineering. Okay. Go ahead and search, please. Okay, so while we wait for that to come up, you see that we have quite a lot of number of data engineers, data engineering vacancy out there. Now, the reason why these vacants are not easily filled up is because we already discussed the essence of a data engineer, and we also discussed why they are highly paid. Okay, so you can see this 3,436 data engineering job filtered out. Okay, and you get to see their pay. Can you see the pay? The average pay per annum is from 65 to 70,000, right? You can see that it's high, all right? So that is it for the data engineers. You can also see one that are actually higher than that, okay? The manager is a bit higher than that. So that is what you see as a payment for data engineers, okay? You get to see that their salary payment is high, okay? Thank you very much, please. Can we go back to the slide? Thank you very much. Compare this to, oh, okay. Oh, sorry, can you go back? Let's honor that. Can you go back, please, and search for data analyst? Let's see the payment. Okay, type data analyst. Cybersecurity. Yes, yes, you can. Okay, please, can you search for data analyst instead, not head of data? Or you can scroll down, let's see. Anything on data analyst? Okay. All right, can you see the difference? Here they have 30 to 40. Okay, can you see that? 30 to 40 for those that displayed theirs. Yes, so basically that's it. Data engineers are actually more paid than the data analyst. For that senior data analyst, was the payment written there? No, no, because I wanted us to see that as well.
Wasn't written.
All right. Okay, thank you. So that is it, all right, for the, also one more question. I'm interested in data engineering analytics, and okay, no problem. I'm going to attend to every question from the chat. Okay, let's just quickly go over this, and then yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so these are the places where you can get your data engineering job. Okay, even sometimes, if not most times, our interns, they once they are done with revamping their CV, I mean their LinkedIn profiles and all that, recruiters are the one that chat them up to like ask them, okay, I have so and so openings. I don't know if you'll be interested and all that. And we still get to assist them to prepare for their interviews and get their, I mean, go and do their interviews with the recruiters and everything. All right. So basically, you can get your job anywhere. All right. Please move on to the next. Okay, so I wrote on average that this is what the base average salary of a data engineer in UK. Okay, and this is a report that was done July 20th. You can see just 4 days ago, right? So that is what it is there. Please next. All right, so I want to quickly show us our, before we get to this place, just go back to that other one. I want to quickly show us, let me try and share my screen again and hoping that my system doesn't hang anymore. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show us the projects that our interns worked on. Okay. I'm going to present now. Okay. So this is the Google Classroom. All right. This is our Google Classroom, and this is where we share. It's one of our communication snaps, and this is where we share projects with our interns, where we get to work together and every other thing. So let me quickly show you for the data engineering, the projects that we worked on. Quickly. Okay, so all these things are projects that we worked on, right? We have quickly, let me show you that. All right, so we have this project. You can see that this is the first project that you're going to be working with. It's just a very simple project, right? However, most assessment projects that I have seen that our interns have brought to us has to do with something like this. Okay, so starting from the first project that you will be embarking on till the end of it, they are all business-oriented projects. They are all business-oriented projects. These are like projects that are coming from businesses. Okay. So we said that building an efficient ETL pipeline for property records in real estate using Postgres database for Zipco real estate. All right. So these are the projects. I mean, this is one of the projects that our consultants, sorry, we don't call them interns, we call them consultants, that they worked on. Like I said, this is just their first project. It's not that deep. Okay, it's not that deep, but it's still deep. Okay. And these were the stack tools that they used. Okay, the Python, SQL, Postgres, GitHub, Draw.io, which is what I used, or which is what we use to do our drawings. Okay, because you are building a pipeline, right? So you are more like an architecture. I mean, like the architects. So you are going to be drawing your pipeline architecture. Okay, that drawing that I showed you guys initially, I mean, from the beginning when I was trying to show you the parts that the data engineer did when he joined. So it was done with Draw.io. Okay. Now the Power BI was used to visualize the data that was extracted from the source. This data that was gotten was looks like text, like it's a JSON file, okay? But we used our Python and SQL to transform it so that at the end, your data will come out neat and clean. I mean, so that it will make sense, basically, okay? So that is one of the projects that they worked on. Still trying to get another one. They've also worked on review, like to curate review data, work on it. Then the data analyst and data scientists now jumped on it. That was a project that they did with collaborating with other data teams, right? They worked with data analysts and data scientists. The data engineers brought the data, transformed it, or got the data from the source, and the source that we used was Amazon Review. We used Amazon Review to get data from Amazon, to get a review of their products, then transformed it. After the transformation, like you did some stuff so that to make it readable, make it human readable, did some transformation on it, then saved it where the data analysts and data scientists connected to continue with their work, to do their predictions, to do their analysis. Okay, so that is that. You can see a lot of projects, like a whole lot of projects that they worked on. Okay, so I'm trying to get one that has something so that you get to see the work, the code that they wrote. I'm just going to pick one from here. So this is their GitHub account, one of our interns' GitHub accounts. So you can see this, right? Can you see? Can you see? So they used their GitHub to put together the work that they did. Okay, he used his GitHub to put together the work that he did. All right. Let me quickly open one of the buckets, one of the PY files, so that you see the code that he used. All right. So can you see their codings? This is where he was trying to extract the data to send it to a data lake. Okay, to send it to a data lake, basically. This is the code that he wrote to send it to a data lake, and then the data integrity, and also the data architecture, the drawing parts now that I told you about. Okay, this is the drawing part, how he drew his own. All right. Like I always tell my my consultants, I do not limit you. I want you to go ahead, learn more, explore other options. Okay. So this is his own drawings. And now, remember I said something about creating a visualization of whatever data that you extracted.
We can't
Okay.
see your screen. We can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not
really?
refreshing.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. I think it stopped showing that particular part. Oh, sorry. Let me reshare that again. I think I have to share my screen, all my screens. Let me share the entire screen. Okay, how about now? Can you see it now?
Yes, we can see it now. Finally.
Oh, sorry about that. And you could not call me on time. Sorry about that. My apologies. Okay,
We're
so
trying to
this.
decide whether it is our computer or not. Or it's your computer.
Oh, sorry. I was actually sharing a screen and not all the screen. That was why you weren't seeing it. Okay, so this is the codings that they did. All right, this is one of their codings. This was him trying to extract the data from the source, now send it to a bucket, which is the data lake. Okay, before he now went ahead to do the transformation. And after transformation, he now went ahead to do the analysis or connecting it to a visualization tool. Then I think he used Power BI based on the drawing. Did we see the drawing parts?
No, we didn't see it.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. We're going to do that again. All right, so this is his architecture. So every data engineer, you start with drawing your architecture. It's just like an architect. So you first of all draw your diagram, the diagram of the building that you want to build, correct? So after the drawing, from there you can now say, okay, this one is coming first, followed by the other one, followed by the next one, and all that. So basically, this is his own architectural diagram. And I said that we used draw.io to do this drawing. Okay. And then so from here you can see that he connected visualization tools to read, to get that data, to see what he was able to do, to see if the data even to see if the data that arrived finally is something that one could work with. Okay. And in this space now, this person can stand as a analytics engineer. Okay, data analytics engineer. All right. Okay, so that was that. Quickly, I think we have the diagram here. So this is the diagram based on the data that he extracted and transformed and did everything. This is what he got. Okay, this is what he got. This is his dashboard. Okay, I think that is all that we need from there. I don't know if my screen can start sharing again, or if it's going to start hanging. Okay, Toby, please, I think you should go for it because I don't trust it any longer. I don't trust it any longer.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so while we continue. Now, the next question is this. I've shown you all these things, right? The next thing is, how do I get this job? Okay, how do I even get this job? And in most cases, like I explained earlier on, every recruiter, before you come in as a data engineer, you know, I said it's very tough to see junior role in data engineering. And I explained why. They want you to gain experience. They want you to have experience. I mean, they want you to have experience, okay, before you will be employed. It's not just only on data engineering now. Basically, every field now, they want you to gain experience. They want you to have experience before they can give you access, before they will employ you, okay? And you, let me stop sharing. Okay, so now the next question is this. You are done with your training. You're done with your training. You feel you've gotten that knowledge. You've gotten that knowledge. Now, which one comes first? Is it experience or job? You go, I mean, during an interview, a recruiter will tell you that we need somebody that has experience. But you need a job to get experience, correct? You need a job to get experience. So how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? That's the big question. That's the big challenge. And that is where Amdari comes in. Okay? During my introduction, I said that what Amdari is doing, for those of us that are just joining for the first time or joined late, what Amdari is doing is to build the bridge between experience and knowledge that you've gained. Okay? You are coming in, you are joining Amdari to gain experience on that knowledge that you already have. So that when you are facing any recruiter, you can comfortably and confidently defend any field because why you already have that experience. Okay? Because you already do what? Have that experience. So work experience is gold. I mean, you already know that. Work experience is gold. Because every interview that you go to, the first thing that they will ask you is how many years experience do you have? Am I correct, guys? Is that correct? Please confirm.
Yeah.
How many of you have gone to an interview and the first thing that they ask you is, do you have experience? I don't know if you've experienced that.
That's normal thing. Yeah.
Good. So I've learned that, right? I've learned all these technologies I've learned how to use Airflow. I've learned how to use my coding language. I've learned how to do pipeline and all that. Now, but they don't want to hear that I've only learned how to do that. They want to see me use it. Okay? They want to see me use it. And that is where Amdari comes in. Okay? To give you that, to bridge that gap between the knowledge that you have and the experience that you need. Okay? So you can see, based on our research, you see that most entry-level roles requires work experience. Like, it requires work experience. So where are you going to get this work? I mean, this work experience? Where do you intend to get it? Are you going to employ yourself to get the work experience?
That's why
Right?
we're here. That's why we are here.
Exactly. Exactly. That is why you are here, and you must get it. Okay? So lack of experience, lack of required years of experience, 49%. Okay? Lack the required technical skills, 38%. Lack the required soft skills, 33%. Lack the required academic credentials, 31%.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
So you can see all that. You can see all that entry roles is as if it's no longer favorable this time around, right? Because they want you to have experience. And that's where Amdari comes in. Okay? And just like you rightly said, that is why you are here. All right, next, please. Quickly, let's. Okay. Most entry-level roles requires you to have between 1 to 3 years of work experience. And I just explained that. We just explained you will see the diagram and the whole thing. Okay. Why experience matters? Okay. Why experience matters? We already saw what the job market says, right? We saw the diagram, and all these things are telling us why experience matters. 91% of employers values experience over education. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Like, though they will ask you your certification, which certificate that you have, but if you cannot prove that that certificate is something you actually have, I mean, that you have experience, even with the certificate, you see that you still be denied the job. Now, even without certificate, but you can prove that you have experience, you see that you get the job. So recruiters are looking for proof of value, not just potential. Okay, they are not employing you based on your potentials, but rather they are employing you because you've proved them that you have the required value, that you have that thing that they are looking for. Okay, next one, please. Okay, so climbing fast and gaining experience shouldn't be a problem. That is why Chichi is here for you. Okay, that is why Amdari is here for you, and that is why Chichi is here for you, and that is why Toby is sharing the slide. I mean, sharing the form for you to fill, so that we will help you solve that part of the problem. Okay, that's why Amdari exists, to empower you, to empower your career growth with the hands-on experience and mentorship that you need to succeed. How many of you want Chichi to mentor them, please? I need your hands up if you want Chichi to mentor you. Like you enjoyed this class. All right. Thank you very much, Zion. Thank you. Okay. It's only Zion. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ms. Bimpe, and one other person that raised their hand. All right. So once you join as a data engineer at Amdari, we have experienced specialists that are going to hold your hand to help you achieve or help you to scale through and come out as one of the best, even in the market labor or the labor market. All right, next one, please. Okay, why do most roles requires years of experience? Why do most roles requires years of experience? Based on research, you can see how it was. I mean, you can see the graph, the way it went, right? Stronger technical skills is 56%, higher quality of work is 50%, able to work more independently. Now, you can only have all this experience if, sorry, you can only achieve all this things if you have the experience. Okay, you can achieve all this if you have the experience to stand out. If you have the experience and prove it to them that you have the experience, you will be able to stand out with all this requirements. Okay, next one, please. Yes, just click on it. And yeah, why are you still paying for courses and certificates when you need experience? I mean, based on the research that we've done and based on everything that I said, you can see that certification is good, right? I'm not saying that it's not good. It's good. However, you need experience. Okay. Have you ever thought about the experience gap between what you know and what you can do? Guys, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever had that in your mind? I mean,
Yeah.
yes. So yes, I mean, if you really want to grow in life, if you really want to achieve something in life, I think it's basically on everything. You need to ask yourself, where am I? And where am I supposed to be? And where do I need to be? Okay, with that mindset, you see that you have a change, a shift in your thinking. Okay, so you need a job to get experience. You need a job to get experience, but need experience to get a job. Okay, and that is why Amdari is here for you. Next slide, please. Okay, click on it. Just keep clicking. So the internship system that's no, it's can go back. I want to briefly explain something there. All right. So the internship system that is built to help you strive is Amdari. Okay, where you is a platform that you get to have that hands-on experience that you need. Okay, it will give you that experience that you need. Like I showed you guys the projects that our interns has worked on, and I showed you their outcomes and the business solutions that they were able to offer. Okay, hey, how does this hands-on experience apply to? Yeah, I'm not sure I got the 13S that you wrote there. Well, okay, next slide, please. All right. So about Amdari, year 13, sixth form. Okay. You know, but maybe in the next few minutes, you can unmute and ask your question so that we'll understand it better. All right.
Yeah, so I was asking, you know, the work experience, does it apply for, I'm a year 13 student, so I am in my second year of sixth form, and I'm still studying. I'm not in university yet. I'm one step before university. And I'm interested in the work experience, but I'm not sure if this applies to me. So, yeah. Does it apply?
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm going to come back to your question. Okay. I want to go through this, explain it. Maybe it will answer your question. Okay. Maybe it will answer your question. Is that okay with you? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So now we do not work only on the theoretical learning parts, but we also give you that real world experience by providing user with real life end-to-end practical and hands-on projects. Now, there is a question that popped up here. The person is asking, what is the difference between Amdari and every other virtual internship platform? So in Amdari, we get to meet. You get to see me. Okay, we have our drop-in session days. All right, you get to see me. Now, if you're having any challenge, if you're having any blocker or any blockage, you get to see somebody that you can talk to that will respond to you. Okay, and not just only that, I am doing the project alongside with you. Okay, you get to see me do it while I explain what I am doing. Now, I do not limit my consultants on doing only the things that I did. I always tell them, go read up more on this very topic, try to explore more on it. Okay, so I think that's one of the reasons. I mean, that's one of the reasons, or one of the things that makes us different from every other virtual platform. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, so now here we have the data analytics, we have the data science internship program for data analytics, data science, data engineering, which is why we are here today, the project management, the SOC analyst, the ethical hacking and penetration, that's for the cybersecurity, and the governance and risk and compliance, GRC, okay, that's under the cybersecurity. So all these things are where we offer our internship programs. I mean, there are courses that we offer our internship programs on. Okay, next, please. I want to quickly go over this so that I will attend to all the questions one after the other. All right. So now we have a program called RAVE, Remote Apprenticeship Virtual Experience, which is the internship that we are talking about. All right. So it is called RAVE, which is Remote Apprenticeship Virtual Experience. So we have these two persons. We have these two scenarios. We have these two persons, Amina and Moses. Okay. Amina recently relocated for her master's and currently needs a job as a data engineer. She's been receiving loads of rejection email because she lacks relevant industry experience. While Moses has spent years in customer service, now Amina is fresh to the business role, whereas Moses is transitioning into data engineering or into a new IT career journey. Okay, and he has paid he has done his trainings and everything. But even though he has experience in other field, but not in cybersecurity, he still keeps on getting loads of rejection. Okay, so I don't know if you are in any of these scenarios. Dari is here to solve that problem. And what are we offering? We offer rebranding. Okay, you get to have your career reviews and revamp both your LinkedIn account gets revamped, your CV will also be shown how to apply for jobs and how to write CV suiting for each job. Okay, CV suiting for each job. It's not every CV that you can use for every job posted. Okay, and also you get to have your employability skills sessions as well. All these things are things that we are going to add to your experience. Okay, we are coming to learn not just the skill, the practical skills part of it. Like I always tell my interns, we are not coming to just learn how to do codings. Actually, we are not teaching you codings because we believe you already know how to do them. However, we are coming to like make it more firm for you. Okay, make you have that experience in make you have that experience in any of the career path that you are in. And excuse me, guys. Sorry. And also, like I always tell my interns, I'm not just showing you how to do these things, but rather to also be confident, because nothing beats you being more confident and assured of yourself. And you can only have this when you are certain of what you did. Okay, so we get to do project presentation as well. Oh, I would have shown us a project presentation slide that one of our interns did, right? Every intern does it. Okay, you get to write your project presentation that you are coming to present. So you can see that this is not just about you writing codes and doing the practical part. No, you're also learning the soft skill part of it. Okay, so that is one of the things that makes us different from every other virtual platform out there. Next slide, please. Quickly. I want to see if I can beat the time. All right, so the best way to gain valuable experience in this field is, one, you get the technical and skills experience, then you also get the employability skills. That is what makes us different from every other platform out there, internship platform. We are not just showing you the technical skills part, we also make you employability ready. Okay, we want to make you employable. All right, because if you have those two, that will give you a job offer. If you can come into an interview hall confidently, showing them that you know what you're doing, you know your onion, you have experience on these tools and all that. I mean, even me will give you the job, right? I wouldn't need any more conviction. Okay, so yes, that is. And another thing that you get to have with us is that even when you get that job, you are still going to be assisted. We are still going to assist you even after getting your job. Okay, so we know the struggle, so we built the system to end it. Okay, we already know what the struggle is like out there, and that is why we built this very system to help you resolve the problem. Please go back. So now basically how this internship program works, just a moment. So how this internship program works is that we have our business partners, okay, behind the scene, which we do not disclose. All right. Please, if you've not filled the form, kindly go ahead and fill the form. And if you stay till the end, there is something that you're going to be gaining. Okay. If you stay till the end, we have a something to tell you. Thank you very much for staying till the end. So I would encourage everybody to stay till the end so that I also get to answer your questions as well. Okay. So we have our client base at the background, okay, that gives us their business problem, okay, and it is with this business problem that we curate projects for our interns, okay, though we do not disclose their identity because that will be us breaching our contract with them. All right, so we get to meet with them, they give us their business problem, then we move on with the business problem, and then we bring it to you, the consultant, to work on. Okay, and also you get to put this project, any project that you finish working on, you have the opportunity of putting it inside. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. Toby, sorry about that. I'm just seeing your message now. Okay, so after you're done with each project, you now when you join us, there is a portfolio that you're going to create. We have a website where you create a portfolio where you put in all the projects that you've worked on. Okay, you get to share your portfolio with recruiters. Okay, let me see if I can do that from my end. But to the system that is about to go off, not now, not with what my own is doing us today. Oh, seriously, not with what my system is doing today, of all days. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen. This guy is still hanging, still hanging, still hanging. Please, Toby, is it possible? Is it possible for you to like give us few minutes? I mean, I'm trying to round off because mine is not budging. Not budging. Please, can you unmute yourself? Okay. All right. So
Sure. As I was about to die soon, I just go off at any time, but I'm still here.
okay. Mine is not still moving. It's still, and it's quite unfortunate that it's just that particular this tab, but the rest are actually opening. All right. So I think it's about to finish. Can you go ahead and share, please? Because I don't know why mine is. It's just stagnant. It's just one place. It's just one place. I'm clicking on it, but it's not responding. Okay, let's be hopeful. Let's be hopeful. Okay, so I was trying to explain how the whole thing works, how the internship works, that we get the business problem from our clients and we present the project to the interns. Now you can see that they are working on real life projects. Okay, you get to work with real life. I mean, you get to work on real life problems and projects. You get to solve real life problems for the business. Okay, be it the data analytics or data engineering or any of the tracks that you decide to go with. Okay, be rest assured that you are working on real life, not simulated projects, not simulated problems, no, but real life problems that you are trying to solve. Okay. So guys, our next cohort is 9th of June, and we have few openings now. Okay, it's 9th of June. Okay, and we have discounts for just first 5 persons to enroll. Okay, we have discount for the first 5 persons to enroll.
9th of July or June or August.
July. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. 9th of August. Oh, my apologies. Sorry about that. I meant 9th of August. Okay. And we have discounts for first 5 persons to enroll. So if I were you, I'm going to rush it right away and start enrolling in any of the departments that you want to go for. If you're coming for data engineering, it will be fantastic. I can't wait to have you all. Like every one of you that is here will join the data engineering department. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. All right. So we have the career experience internship. We have the one of 3 months, and we also have the one of 6 months. Okay. You can pay full or you can pay by instrumental. Okay. You can pay full or you can pay through instrumental. Okay. All right. So, and for the full payment is £900. Okay. If you are coming for 6 months, it's £900. And if you are going to be joining the first 5 to enroll, you will be paying £750, saving you £150. I mean, that's an offer, a big one at that, right? A very massive one. Okay, and if you want to come in for the 3 months, the full amount is £500. But if you are joining, if you'll be among the first 5 that will join, you will be paying £390, saving yourself £110. Okay, so you can join any of the parts that you want. Okay, it can be data analytics, can be data science, can be data engineering, can be business analysis, can be project management, can be any of the cybersecurity part. Okay, and if you want to make your payments, you go through the this main stack. Please respond. Please respond. So is your system still on? Okay. Okay, so once you click on that main stack, I'm going to stop sharing too. Okay, while we wait for that to come up, let me quickly respond to the questions that was asked. I'm trying to go back. All right, I'm trying to see if I can capture anyone. But in case if I miss any, please go ahead and ask. Okay, so Ayo Olokoyo said, how is it possible to transition from a data analyst to becoming a data engineer? So the possibility is there, okay? The possibility is there for you to transition easily, all right? Like I said earlier on, if you're coming in as a data analyst, you can capture, like you can understand what is going on behind the scene easily because you already have the data experience, okay? You already know your SQL, you already know a few of your Python, you already understand what data is, all right? So it is very, very possible to transition, okay? Ayo, does that answer your question? Okay. Aprila Saidi, going for MSc Business Analyst in UK September, and I want to tech, which should I add? I prefer data engineering and data science, but data science takes time because of the number of tools. Okay, please, are you still here so that I will understand your question very well, please? Aprila, are you here? Is Aprila here, please? All right. Please, Titus, go for it.
Okay, I'm a graduate of cybersecurity and forensic from UK, one of the UK university here. I need more in-depth knowledge, especially about the cybersecurity aspect of the Python and the likes, because I did not have a background as that is. So that discipline is concerned. Though with with the study of the field in the university, I've gotten some information. I know what I'm supposed to know. More especially when you talk about forensic, I'm very, very okay with forensic. But for cyber security, so I still need some basic knowledge as well as certification as well as experience. Those are what I need.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you were asking if you can have one-on-one session. Of course. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. So Toby is going to help you handle that. Just ensure you fill the form. Okay.
I've done that.
All right. Let me also put down your name so that they will send the form for you to book for a one-on-one session. Okay.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Okay, Olubinke, I'm starting MSc Data Science in August. Can I still do data engineering or data science with Amdari? I have not worked in tech before, but I have done boot camps on business analysis, not coding. Okay, so you are asking if you can do data engineering or data science. Is that correct? I think Ms. Binke is still here.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So first thing first, I will always tell people that it's good you go for something you have passion for. Okay. And you can do either of them, data engineering or data science with Amdari. Okay. We've got it covered. You can do any of them. You don't have work. Of course, here we are not training people that have the work experience, right? We are training people that do not have the work experience so that they will have that work experience. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but for someone who doesn't have any knowledge of coding and the rest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome question. So, like, when do you want to join?
I'm not really sure of August, but maybe September.
Beautiful. You know, that was why I asked when you want to join. So you can still use the period of time that you are yet to join to just go, since you already understand what data is all about, right? Just go and do some basics on the coding parts. Okay. And since you're even going to do your MSc in data science, which is coding, data engineering, which is also coding. I mean, with that now, you see that you've already built a background for yourself, right?
Yeah, but if I'm starting September, what do you recommend? Where can I learn this coding thing, at least just to start with, while I'm waiting to start?
Beautiful question. So now, if you join Amdari, right, we have crash course sites where you kind of, we send you to, all right? You go there and learn this Python, especially the Python. We have the Python, we have SQL crash courses. Okay, so you can use them, yes, to like learn the basic and understand what a variable is, what an I mean, how to do your codings, what is select, star, and everything, right? So I know that mostly since you already did business analysis, okay, so you kind of, with the crash course now, to give you a background knowledge on what you're about to face.
Okay.
Yes.
So would you recommend me coming in for the 6 months program or 3 months?
6 months will pay better for you that doesn't have any background knowledge on coding or anything, but you are coming with the things that you've learned. I mean, the things that you learned newly. So 6 months will be better.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. All right, Zion, also one more question. I'm interested in data engineering analytics and I'm going into year 13. Does Amdari offer work experience for me? Okay, I don't know if Zion is still here because he actually said it then, but I was like, let me finish, then I'll respond to the question so that he will explain himself better. Zion, are you still here, please? But yes, that's what Amdari does. Okay, that's what we do here. We offer work experience. Okay, we give you that work experience. Just like I was saying, you are not just learning or getting the knowledge on how to use these technical tools, but also you now know the reason why you are using any of the tools that you are using. And that is what recruiters want to hear. Okay, that's what they want to hear. I use this tool. Why did you use that tool? You tell them why you used the tool. Okay, you explain yourself to them. All right, so yes, Amdari offers work experience. They can offer Zion the work experience that he needs, but he can still also book a one-on-one so that we can further explain things if it is not clear, if my explanation is not clear enough, but I believe it is clear enough. Okay, which other question do I have here? Okay, can't see the drawing. Sorry about that. Okay, does this hands-on experience apply to year 13s? Do you need the slide and recording? Okay, sorry. Sixth form. Okay, I think I've answered what is the difference between Amdari and also the year 13. I think I've answered that. That's Zayan's question. Thank you for this meeting. It was very beneficial. I have to go now. Oh, well, I'll keep Amdari in mind when I start university. Okay, that should be Zayan. Okay. Right, all right. Okay, Titus said how much? That's a lot. It's the 6 months for those people that have no tech knowledge. Okay, I think I've answered that question. All right, Titus, you were
I'm here
raising
with
your
you.
hand.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you've already sorted everything out. So I hope that I will be contacted, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's fine.
Um,
So
Toby
I'll
is
keep it
here,
going.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby is here, so Toby will help us handle that. So now, once you click on that main stack, if you want to make your payment, all right, if you want to make your payments to enroll, you go ahead and enroll. You get to see. If you want to chat with somebody, you go ahead and chat. Payment registration form, you also go ahead and click here to make your payment. If you want to read the terms and condition, it's also here. All right. So now, if you want to do the 3 months program for data analytics, you go ahead and secure your internship with data analytics for 6 months or 3 months, for data science and also for data engineering for your 6 months and 3 months. So I'm going to click on one of them. Okay. So basically, where I just clicked on now is the place that you are going to be making your payments. You get to see how to make your payments in case if you want to pay instrumentally or you want to make your full payment at a go. You will see the option to do all that. Okay. So I don't know if there's any more question while we wait for my system to respond quickly. All right. Is there any question? Any more question, guys? Any more question? Okay. So how many persons are joining us next month? Fakule. Okay.
In September. I don't think I'm joining next month.
Okay.
I need to know your schedule timetable because I have other things to do that I can fit that into my schedule as well. So how do you arrange? What is the timetable like?
Beautiful question. Wonderful question. All right. So currently the people that is interning with us, they all have their various lives and they all have their various jobs. Some have 2 jobs and all that. Now, what we do is we fix it at night. Okay. For my own case now, I meet with my consultants Mondays and Wednesdays. All right. And our Monday we meet by 8 and Wednesday we meet by 7. Okay. So for those that go to work, they come back before the session starts.
So that is exactly why I'm asking, because I'm a fully night staff. So, it's only when I have a permanent rota. So it's only when I don't go to work I can do such night. But I will resume work 8 o'clock. So it's not going there. So that's just it. Yeah.
And yeah, so for the night staff also, we have a way to accommodate them.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently, my own runs the way it runs because currently I do not have night people that are
Staff.
focused like night staff. Yeah.
That's why
I
I
don't-
said I want a one-on-one so that I can spell out my situation, so that that's exactly why I said that, so that the person will see where I can fix in into the program. That's the reason.
Yes. That's fine. That's fine. So you are covered. You are
Yeah.
covered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Oluwaseyi, when are you joining us? I hope you are joining us next month. Okay. So if you want to pick for just the one time, if you want to go with, this is for Naira. Now, for those of us that are abroad or you're not in Nigeria, depending on where you are, you can always pick your payment method or just a moment, please. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose your payment type that you want to pay, if it is USD or your payment currency, if it is USD or Naira. Okay, so any one that you want to go with, if you want to make a full payment, you go ahead and pick. If it is instrumentally, either ways, anyone that you want to pick, you go ahead and pick it and then click on secure internship. All right. So let's say I want to go with this. I'll go ahead and click on secure internship. Then proceed and go ahead and put in my debit card or whatever it is that you want to use to make a payment. So making payments is as simple as ABC. All right. So that is it for the payment parts. Okay. That is it for the payment part. So guys, thank you very much for, I don't know if you have any more questions before we end our meeting for tonight. Any more questions? Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I have made my own. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the session and that you'll be joining them there, because I can't wait to have you all in my department. I can't wait to have you all in my department. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Pakule. I can't wait to see everybody basically. I can't wait to see you all in data engineering field or any other field that you decide to go with. Okay. All right. Please go on.
Hello.
Yes.
Please, on the flyers I've been seeing on Instagram and Facebook, they're going to be talking about UK work experience, and I don't reside in UK. Though it's very close to UK. I reside in Dublin, so I want to know if I join Amdari, will I be able to get a work experience that I can use here?
Yes, of course. You know one thing about work experience, right? It is not just limited to a particular region.
Okay.
Okay, it's not limited to a particular. Okay, so even this experience that you gained in Nigeria when you were still in Nigeria, you know, you can actually still use it when you go there. I mean, in Dublin, right? I'm just giving an instance. So, any experience that you are gaining, it's for you. And thankfully, data engineering tools or any tool that you decide to use, be it Power BI, maybe you want to join the data analytics or whatever, the tools are widely used everywhere, right? So,
I know, but I mean reference.
okay, so we have
When we have reference, so that I'll be able to provide them. Okay, I've worked here, so this is my references.
okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we have reference for UK and we have reference for Canada. Okay, you get to have a 2 years reference. We get to give you reference for 2 years. All right. So now, based on the Dublin own, I am not sure that should be a problem. Okay, that won't be a problem. It's not going to be an issue, but you can still secure the one-on-one session. All right, so that if you have any more question or if you need any more clarification, you can always ask. Is that okay?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. That's fantastic. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, this has been a 2 hours, 20 minutes worth of our time, and I really enjoyed this session having to you all. Do have a good night rest and bye, everyone, and hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.